Have you ever hesitated to try new software, even whenever the one that you were using wasn't delivering, just because you already spent money on it? Well, I've been there. I kept using landing page builders that weren't working, hoping that they would eventually turn things around. But when I finally gave Leadpages a shot, everything clicked. My landing pages looked sharper, performed better, and most importantly, they started converting. And before we dive in, this video is sponsored by Leadpages, but just so that you know, I only partner with tools that I've actually used and found helpful. And Leadpages is one of those tools that just makes things easier. And Leadpages isn't just a landing page builder. It's a complete lead generation platform built for results. You can build beautiful websites, landing pages, and opt-in forms using a super simple drag and drop editor with no coding needed. You also get access to powerful conversion tools, an AI copywriter and image generator, and full leads library where you can manage, search, and organize your leads all in one place. Leadpages also connects with over 90 native integrations, works with all major email services, and even supports Zapier for advanced workflows. And in this video, I'll walk you through exactly how to build a beautiful, high-converting landing page using Leadpages without writing a single line of code. And real quick before we get started, if you get any value out of this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. Helps me bring you more resources, and it keeps you up to date with all of the AI, web, and tech trends happening throughout the year. But either way, thank you so much for all your support. All right, with that being said, let's get started. First things first, you could try Leadpages for free for 14 days by visiting the link on the screen. You could also access that link in the video description below, but this way you could test out Leadpages worry-free for 2 weeks to see if it'll be a good fit for you and your business. So to get started from the homepage, enter your email address in that field provided and click the Start My Trial button. Next, you can connect a Google account or sign up with an email address. I'm using my Google account, so I'll select that option. Next, you'll be prompted to choose your billing cycle. By default, it'll start you off with the monthly Pro plan, which is $99 per month after your 14-day free trial is over. However, you do have the option to purchase an annual plan by flipping that switch. This lets you pay for the full year up front, so you don't have to worry about making monthly payments. Plus, the annual plan saves you $300 per year. Next, you can pay by credit card or PayPal, so select your payment method and then enter your billing info and click the Start My Free Trial button. Next, Leadpages takes you through some onboarding questions to help customize your experience. I'm going to speed through these for the sake of time, but you'll just tell them how you heard about Leadpages, what you're going to use it for. You can even add your brand colors to streamline the customization process. And then finally, they'll present you with some templates to use for your next landing page. However, if you click the Explore More Templates link, you'll be taken to their template library where you could browse Leadpages' entire collection of templates to use for your next project. And on that note, let's select a template and start building a landing page. Once you're inside your Leadpages account, the first step is choosing a template for your landing page. Leadpages offers a huge library of professionally designed templates to help you get started quickly. You'll see templates for just about every kind of use case, from lead magnets and webinars to consultations and sales pages. And to make things easier, you could use the filters on the left-hand side of the screen. These let you narrow things down by page type, industry, style, color, and even conversion performance. And whether you're looking for something bold and modern or clean and minimal, you'll find a template here that fits your brand. And when you find a design that catches your eye, hover your mouse over the thumbnail and click Preview. And then this is where you'll really see the difference. These aren't basic or outdated templates. Leadpages gives you access to high quality designs that feel modern, polished, and built for performance. Each template is crafted with professional UI and UX in mind, complete with built-in animations, smooth transitions, and a layout that's optimized for conversions right out of the gate. You'll also notice that lead generation is baked in, whether it's forms, buttons, or calls to action. Everything is already positioned to help you grow your list or capture leads. And then you could toggle between the desktop and mobile views during the preview here, which is helpful for seeing exactly how your page will look across different devices. It's a great way to make sure the design not only fits your brand, but functions beautifully too. And for this video, I'm going to build a landing page designed to generate leads for my YouTube partnership opportunities. So I'm going to look for something clean and professional yet simple with lead gen capabilities. And I think I'm going to go with this one. So once you've found a template that you want to use, hover your mouse over it again and click the Start Building button. Next, you'll be asked to name your page. This step is just for your own organization on the back end, so your visitors won't see this name, and I'm going to call this Blog with Ben YouTube Leads. Then go ahead and click the Continue button. And after that, Leadpages will take you straight into the builder, where you could start customizing your landing page with your own text, images, and branding. But before we start building our landing page, let me give you a quick tour of the interface so you'll have a solid understanding of where everything is and how it works. In this section of the tutorial, I want to give you a quick walkthrough of the landing page builder so you'll have a better feel for where everything is and how it works before you start building your landing pages. Okay, for starters, every template includes pre-built sections with placeholder widgets. Everything you see here, you can edit, rearrange, delete, and add new content to customize your page, which we'll do in just a moment. But shifting our focus to the left sidebar, you'll see that you've got tabs for layout, sections, widgets, styles, settings, and even a built-in writing assistant. This is your toolbox for making edits, and we'll dive deeper into these tools as we begin editing the landing page in a few seconds. In the bottom left corner, you'll notice two additional icons. The bell icon opens your notifications. If there are any updates or alerts from Leadpages, this is where you'll find them. And then right beneath that, the question mark icon opens the help panel. Leadpages does a great job of making sure you're never stuck. And when you click it, you'll see a detailed checklist that walks you through the entire page creation process, from setting global styles to publishing your page. You'll also find how-to guides and quick support links if you ever need help figuring something out on the fly. Moving to the top left of the screen, you'll see the Leadpages icon, a back button, and your page's name. Clicking that icon will take you to your main dashboard. The back button will return you to wherever it was you were previously, and then clicking on the page name allows you to either edit the page name or edit the slug. In the upper right, you've got your collaboration tools, including a share button for inviting others, a comment tool for feedback, and a save notification. Keep in mind that the Leadpages builder automatically saves changes as you go, so you don't need to worry about losing any work. Plus, if you make a mistake, you can undo and redo your changes with those two buttons. Next to that are your preview and publish buttons. Preview lets you see what your pages look like before going live, and publish takes your page live with just one click. Along the bottom center of the screen are the device view buttons. You can toggle between mobile, tablet, and desktop views to make sure your design looks great on every device. These previews are live and interactive, so you can adjust things on the fly and ensure your landing page delivers a great experience no matter how someone's viewing it. And finally, we have the landing page template. This is where the magic happens. Everything you see here is 100% customizable right here in real time. And as you hover your mouse over the template, you'll see purple borders appear, and depending on what you have selected, the borders will vary. And without getting too technical, the template can be broken down into two categories: sections and widgets. Right now I have section 1 selected, but then within the section, if I hover my mouse over the text and the headings, you'll see other borders appear. These are widgets within this first section that you could edit as well. And then scrolling down, you'll see that this template has a second section with a text widget inside of it. Another thing to point out is that the sections and widgets both have editing toolbars that give you control over various aspects of whatever it is you have selected. For example, the sections toolbar lets you determine the visibility of the section by clicking on one of those three icons. And this comes in handy if you have specific sections that you only want to display on desktop or mobile. Then clicking that three-dot icon opens a menu where you could access the section settings, add a new section, duplicate it, copy it, or delete it altogether. All right, so that's the landing page template and the builder. Next, let's start customizing this template to make it a Blog with Ben YouTube partner lead gen machine. Now that you're familiar with the builder layout, let's look at how to start customizing your landing page. One of the first things you might want to edit is individual sections of the page, and there are a couple easy ways to get started. The first is to use the left-hand toolbar and click on the Layout tab. This opens the page layout panel where you'll see a list of all the sections currently on your page. From here, you could select the section that you want to work on and click the pencil icon to edit it. And once selected, the style settings will appear, giving you full control over the background, padding, alignment, and more. Another way to open the section settings is by hovering over the section on the page itself, and then in the upper corner of each section, you'll see the toolbar with the three-dot icon. Click on that and you'll get the drop-down menu. And then from here, choose Edit Section Settings, which will bring up the same style settings panel. Both methods lead to the same result, so it really comes down to personal preference and which approach feels more natural to you. Either way, you'll be able to make detailed design changes like switching out a background image, adding video, adjusting padding, setting visibility by device, or even adding animations. This flexibility makes it easy to tailor each part of the page to match your brand and message. And now that we've seen how to open and adjust sections, let's dive into how to actually make changes to the content. So the first thing I want to edit is this placeholder background image. And you have a few options here. You could replace it with an image or a video. And for this example, I want to use an image. So from that section 1 settings, click the Choose Image button. And this opens your image gallery where you could access current images, upload new ones, and even use AI to generate images. Pretty cool. However, I'm going to upload a new image to use. And that process is pretty straightforward. Simply click the Upload button, and then the Select File button, and find the image that you want to use. And then once selected, it'll begin loading. And after a few seconds, you'll get a notification letting you know that the upload is complete. Next, click the My Uploaded Images button. And this will take you to your image gallery where you can access and manage all of the images that you've uploaded to your Leadpages account. And I only have one image at the moment, obviously. So to use it within this template, go ahead and click on the image thumbnail. And next you'll be prompted to enter the image details. Here you'll want to give the image a name and alt text. The name is for back-end organizational purposes only, but the alt text is for the search engines. So enter keywords related to the image, and then click the Insert Image button once those are both filled out. And voila, up close and personal with Ben. Now, you can configure some display settings even further here within the style settings, but due to how my face is positioned to the right of the CTA, I think it looks good as is, even though it's a pretty close-up shot of my face. And that brings up a good point. The image settings can give you some control over how the image displays within the layout of the template, but you may need to experiment with different sized images and various focal points. Keep that in mind as you're adding background images to your templates. Okay, next, if you want to expand your landing page with additional content, adding a new section is super simple. Start by heading over to the toolbar on the left and clicking the Sections tab. And this opens a menu where you could browse a variety of pre-built sections that you could drop right into your page. At the top of the panel, you'll see a drop-down labeled Section Type, and click that to explore the different categories. You'll find everything from About sections and call to actions to Contact Us forms, FAQs, testimonials, and more. There's even a blank option if you want to start completely from scratch. And each section is professionally designed and fully customizable, so you don't need to worry about layout or formatting. And once you find a section that you want, simply drag it over to the landing page, and as you move it around, you'll see purple highlights indicating where the section can drop. This makes it easy to place new content exactly where you want it, either between two existing sections or at the top or bottom of the page. And as soon as you drop it in, the new section will appear on your page. Looks great. Then from here, you could click on it and start editing it just like you would the rest of your content. Then if you ever change your mind, no worries, just head to the top right corner and click the Undo button to remove the section and go back to your previous layout. Next, let's take a look at how to add widgets to your landing page. Widgets are the individual elements that make up your page, things like text, images, buttons, videos, forms, etc. So start by clicking on the Widgets tab in the left-hand toolbar. And right away, you'll see a handful of the most commonly used widgets like text, image, buttons, and forms. But if you want to explore more options, just click Show More at the bottom of the panel, and this will reveal the full list of widgets. And you'll find additional tools like countdown timers, checkout widgets for selling products, and even options for progress bars and social sharing. Then to add a widget, all you need to do is drag and drop it onto the page, just like with sections. You'll see a purple highlight showing you where the widget will be placed. And in this example, I'm adding a video widget underneath the main text block. And then once you've placed the widget there, you can customize it by clicking that pencil icon in the toolbar that appears directly above it. And this opens the widget settings panel. And for the video widget, you'll need to paste in an embed code from YouTube, Vimeo, or your preferred video platform. And then after you've added your embed code, click Save. And just like that, the video is embedded directly on your landing page. It's also responsive, and this is a great way to add personal branding, explain your offer, or even share a client testimonial, all without writing a single line of code, even though we did copy it, but I didn't have to write it. Next, let's take a look at the Styles tab in the left-hand toolbar. This is where you can manage your global page styles so that everything from buttons to fonts to background colors stay consistent throughout your landing page. Now, when you open the Styles panel, you'll land first on the Buttons tab. Here you can customize the look and feel of both your primary and secondary buttons. Choose from flat, line, or gradient styles and adjust the shape with square, round, or pill corners. You can also select your font, tweak the text size and spacing, and even change the default button colors. Next, if you click the Fonts tab, this is where you can set the global font styles for your headlines and normal text. You can define the font family, size, and weight so that your text feels cohesive across the whole page without needing to manually style each widget. Moving on to the Background tab, here you'll have the option to set a default background color or upload an image or video that amplifies across the entire page. You could also adjust the page width and choose whether or not your background extends across all sections. Then there's the favicon tab. This is where you'll upload a small icon that appears in the browser tab when someone visits your landing page. It's a simple but professional touch that helps build brand recognition. And then finally, the CSS tab. If you're comfortable with writing a little code, you can enable custom CSS here to fine-tune the design even further. Leadpages does include a note that they don't offer support for this section, but for those who want full control, this gives you the option to go beyond the visual editor. The Styles panel is great because it gives you centralized control over your page's overall look and feel without needing to repeat edits section by section. And really quick, let me change the secondary button color. So I'll open the button settings, and to change the color, just click that little color circle next to the button color, and this opens the color picker where you could see the brand colors that we added recently. And this is where having your brand colors set up really comes in handy. Just click the ones that you want to use, and you're good to go. And then once you're happy with the selection, hit that Save button at the top of the panel to lock in your changes. Next, let's go over how to add a favicon. While you're still in the Page Styles panel, click the favicon tab along the top. Then click Add Image, and this will open your image library where you can upload a favicon file. Now, I'm gonna go somewhat quickly through the steps to add the image of the favicon, but just make sure your image meets the requirements of either 16 by 16 or 32 by 32 pixels and in a PNG or icon format. And once you've uploaded your favicon, select it, and then click Insert Image, and you'll see it appear in the Page Styles panel. And also remember, this will show in the browser tab after you publish your page. Okay, moving on to the settings. So to access the page settings, click the Settings tab in the toolbar on the left-hand side of the screen. And this opens a panel with several categories, starting with SEO. In the SEO section, you can update your page title, meta description, and SEO keywords. You'll also see a preview of how your page will appear in the search engine results. This is a great spot to optimize for search visibility, but if you don't want your page to appear in the search engines at all, check that box towards the bottom there, and that will tell the search engines not to crawl this page. Moving on to the Social tab, and this is where you'll control how your page looks when shared on social media. You can upload a preview image, enter the social URL, and customize the social title and description. It's super helpful for improving how your page performs on platforms like Facebook and LinkedIn. Moving on to the Analytics tab, this is where you can add tracking code from tools like Google Analytics or Facebook Pixel. You could paste in your Google Analytics 4 measurement ID or drop custom tracking code in any of the fields provided. You've got control over where your code is injected, whether that's in the head tag or around the body tags. Then the final section here in the settings is language. And this is where you could set the display language for non-editable elements like countdown timers and progress bars. Just choose the language from the dropdown and click Save to apply it. Next, let's explore the AI Writing Assistant. This is Leadpages' built-in AI writing tool that can help you craft copy for your landing pages, headlines, and more. Start by clicking the Writing Assistant tab in the left-hand toolbar. And this opens up a simple interface that lets you generate custom copy for your landing page. To get started, enter your idea into that text box. The more details you provide, the better results will be. And for this example, I'm going to say, write a quick intro promoting Blog with Ben partnership opportunities for brands looking to promote their products on my YouTube channel. I create video tutorials and reviews for brands. Simple enough. Next, you'll want to choose your use case and tone. In this example, I'm selecting summary for the use case, and then enthusiastic for the tone. Just below that, you'll see a bar showing how many monthly credits you have left. And if you click on it, you get a better idea of your usage. It's a good idea to keep an eye on that, especially if you're generating lots of content. And once you're ready, click the Get Copy button there towards the bottom. And the Writing Assistant will generate 3 versions of your message. Then pick the one you like best and click the copy icon next to it. And this copies the text. And then head over to your landing page and paste the new text into your text widget to replace the default content. That's it. Super easy way to generate compelling on-brand messaging fast. Next, let's walk through a few additional customizations that you might want to make to your landing page. First up is editing the main heading. Just click into that text widget where it says, "Hi, I'm Molly Smith," and start typing. You can replace the name or tweak the message however you'd like. Here, I'm just updating the text to say, "Hi, I'm Ben Cummings." Next, let's update the social icons. And all you'll do is click directly onto the social widgets to open the settings. And here you can link each icon to your corresponding social media profiles. You can also remove icons that you don't need or add new ones by clicking Add a Network. And I'm going to speed through this really quick, but it's pretty straightforward. Finally, let's adjust the footer credits. So I'll scroll down to the bottom of the page and then click inside that text widget. And then this does open the text settings pop-up where you can adjust the font and color and whatnot, but I'm just going to change the text to say Sage Wave Media LLC. These small edits help personalize your landing page and make it feel more polished and on brand. Next, let's go over how to edit the call to action and lead form. This is the most important part of the landing page in my opinion because it's where it will capture leads. So the way this will work, whenever a visitor clicks the call to action button, a pop-up form appears asking them to enter their email address. That's how we'll collect their contact info and start the conversation. First, to edit this, hover your mouse over the CTA button, and you could change the button color or the text if you'd like, but I'm leaving it as is for now. Next, click Edit Pop-up from the toolbar above the button, and this opens the pop-up window, which you can edit just like any other section of the landing page. From here, I'm going to update the headline text to make it a little more friendly and aligned with the tone of the page. I'm also going to tweak the spam notice to keep it short and trustworthy. And next, I'm going to adjust that progress bar color using the brand colors that we set earlier to keep everything on brand. Super simple. Okay, the last thing to do here is to edit the form and integrations. So start by hovering your mouse over the form and click Edit Integrations. And this opens the form settings panel where you'll see 3 steps at the top: integrations, fields, and actions. By default, Leadpages starts you off with their internal lead notification integration, which simply sends lead info to the email address that you specify. But for this walkthrough, we want to connect the form to an email marketing provider. So click Add an Integration, and then select More Services. And this opens a list of available native integrations. These include tools like Aweber, MailChimp, ConvertKit, Constant Contact, and more. And if you use any of these platforms, you can connect them directly by clicking on them and then following the prompts to connect. Below the native integrations, you'll find a large selection for integrations powered by Zapier, and this lets you connect with a huge range of apps through automated workflows. You'll see everything from Google Sheets to HubSpot, Flowdesk, etc. And finally, at the very bottom, if the tool you use isn't listed, there's even an option to request an app. So you can let Leadpages know what integration you'd like to see and add it in the future. Okay, so for this example, if we scroll up to the top, I'm using Aweber, so I'll select the Aweber icon. And on the next screen, you'll be asked to name the connection. So I'm going to name this Blog with Ben Aweber account, and then click the connect button. And then an Aweber pop-up will appear where you'll enter your credentials and then confirm that you're not a robot and click allow access. And then after that, you'll get a notification that the connection has been successful. And then if we head back to Leadpages, I can see now that my Aweber account is successfully connected and ready to use. So from here, if you click the newly added Aweber integration, you'll be presented with all of your current lists in Aweber, giving you the ability to funnel these leads through your email journey in Aweber. Simply select the list that you want these leads to go to, and you're all set. Below that, you'll have the ability to enable spam bot protection. Simply toggle on the option at the top of the section. And this feature is powered by Google reCAPTCHA v2 and helps prevent unwanted bot submissions. And once enabled, you'll see a field where you can copy your Leadpages domain and paste it into your Google reCAPTCHA admin console. And then you'll enter your site key and secret key into the designated fields. This adds an extra layer of protection to your form submissions. And I'm not going to walk you through that process here on how to set up the keys and whatnot, but I'll link to it in the video description below. Okay, then once these settings are configured, let's move on to step number 2, which is fields. And here you can edit and configure the form fields within the pop-up. By default, it's only an email field, but for my use case, I want the lead to be able to communicate with me and tell me more about the collaboration opportunity. So I'll want to add a text field for them to add a message, almost like a contact form. So let's click Add a Field. And this will let us see a full list of supported field types, and you'll see options for things like first name, last name, phone number, street address, and more. And again, for this example, I'm going to add a comment field. And then once you click on comment, the field settings panel will open, and you'll also see the new field appear in the pop-up. Looks great. Then in the field settings, you can customize the label, placeholder text, default value, and even add a URL mapping. There's also options to mark the field as required and set a custom validation message. And when you're happy with the setup, go ahead and click Done. Okay, and then I'm actually going to add one more field. This time it's going to be a compliance consent checkbox. So we'll go back to Add a Field and select the Yes, I Consent option from the list. And then in the settings here, you'll be able to edit the description, set the link text and URL for your privacy policy, and even change the checkbox label. And then once you're done configuring these settings, go ahead and click Done when everything looks good. Okay, then once your fields are ready, click the Next Actions button at the bottom there, and this takes you to the third and final step, where you could choose what happens after someone submits the form. And you have a few options here. First, there's a default Leadpages thank you page, and this sends the user to a default thank you page provided by Leadpages. Next is a landing page. This redirects the user to a specific landing page that you've created. External URL, this sends the user to an external website or web page that you specify, and then remain on page. And this keeps the user on the same page that they're currently on without redirecting them elsewhere. And by default, this is what is selected. But if you click the eyeball icon next to the default Leadpages thank you page, you'll get a preview of what that option looks like. Simple, yet effective. However, for the sake of time, I'm just going to leave the default setting to have the user remain on my landing page after they submit the form. But sending users to a thank you page after filling out an opt-in form is a best practice that offers several benefits, and I highly recommend doing it. Okay, then once you have selected what you're going to do here, click the Save and Close button, and this will save all the changes and finalize our pop-up. And it looks amazing. I now have a way for my leads to communicate with me and provide some more detail about the collaboration. Okay, once all of your design changes and configurations have been set, I recommend previewing your site before making it live. So in the upper right corner, go ahead and click the preview button. And this opens your landing page in a simulated environment so you can interact with it just like a visitor would. And this is a good opportunity to test the behavior and user experience, like ensuring that the video loads and plays correctly. You'll also want to test your call to actions by clicking on them to ensure that the pop-up appears and make sure all the fields and colors are correct as well. And they are. Then don't forget to check the responsiveness of your landing page. Here, you could switch between desktop, tablet, and mobile views using the device toggle icons. And this helps you confirm that everything looks great across all screen sizes. Then once you've confirmed that everything works and looks good, you're ready to publish. Awesome job getting this far. Now let's walk through the final step, publishing your landing page. And there are two ways to go about this: publishing to a Leadpages subdomain or connecting your own custom domain. For this tutorial, I'm going to publish to the Leadpages subdomain, but if you want to use your own domain, Leadpages has a great walkthrough video on how to set that up, and I'll drop that link in the video description below. Okay, to publish this landing page, click the blue Publish button in the top right corner of the editor. And if you're still on the free trial, you're going to get a pop-up asking you to end your trial and switch to a paid plan before you can publish, just FYI. But once you've upgraded, you'll be prompted to choose a subdomain. Leadpages will host your landing page here, and you won't be able to change it later, so it's a good idea to use your business name or something brand relevant for this subdomain. And in my case, I'm going to use Blog with Ben. Then go ahead and click the Save button. And after that, you'll set your slug, which is the unique part of the URL that comes after the domain. And I set mine to work-with-me. So my full landing page URL is blogwithin.lpages.co/workwithme. Perfect. All right, then once that's set, click Publish. And your page is live. Then after publishing, you'll have access to additional publishing options that you get access by clicking that link there. And there are three options. First is the domain. You'll see the exact link to your page. Next is WordPress. Leadpages has a plugin that you can install and activate so you could publish the page directly to your WordPress site. Then if you prefer to host it yourself, you can go to the HTML tab and download the code to embed it on any platform. There's even an option to download a static HTML file, but keep in mind that this disables features like split testing and analytics. Then once your page is live, go ahead and visit the link, and then let's test it out. So I'm going to submit a test lead using my own email, and I'll fill out the form. And then after submitting, you should see the form trigger whatever action you selected. In my case, it just stays on the page. Then let's check my email inbox to confirm the lead notification came through. I used the internal Leadpages notification system, so I received an email with the lead details, including the email address and comment submitted through the form. And that's it. The landing page is live, functional, and ready to collect leads. Then back to the landing page template, let me quickly go over how to connect a custom domain. So first, if you click the Leadpages logo in the upper left corner to return to your main dashboard, from here you'll get a bird's eye view of your recent activity, including the templates that you've updated, the number of leads you've collected, and your overall performance stats like page views, conversions, and conversion rate. Next, click on Domains in the left sidebar, and this is where you'll manage your domains. And Leadpages gives you a few options. You could purchase a new domain directly through their platform. You can claim your free domain, which you get for 1 year with the paid plan. Or connect a domain that you've already purchased from a third-party registrar like GoDaddy, Namecheap, or Google Domains. Now, I'm not going to walk you through the full domain setup process in this video, but I will link to the official Leadpages tutorial in the video description below. They provide a helpful step-by-step video guide along with additional written instructions to guide you through the process of connecting a custom domain. And if you ever run into any issues, you could always reach out to Leadpages support team for help. And just a heads up, if you already have a website published at the domain that you plan to connect, Leadpages recommends using a subdomain to avoid overwriting your current site. For example, instead of connecting to www.yoursite.com, use something like pages.yoursite.com. This ensures both your existing website and your Leadpages content can coexist without conflict. And that's a wrap. As you just saw, Leadpages makes it incredibly easy to build and publish a professional landing page, even if you're not a designer or developer. From customizing your layout and adding a form, to integrating it with your favorite email marketing platform and collecting leads. The whole process is smooth and beginner friendly. And if you're ready to create your own high converting landing pages, just click the link in the video description below to start your free trial of Leadpages. You'll get full access to everything that I showed you today, plus a free domain for a year and a library of conversion optimized templates to help you get started fast. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So that's going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. Also, if you're looking to start a blog, check out these 2 videos on how to build, grow, and monetize a WordPress blog. They'll walk you through the entire process step by step. And as always, your support means a great deal to me and my family, and for that, I thank you. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.